Okay, and I think we are live again. Okay, everyone. We had like a little audio issue, but we are back. This is part two.
We are
And
back. Yes.
and I'm still chatting with James Barmore. He's a recording artist out of Los Angeles, California. And he's appearing courtesy of InRage Entertainment. So, James, I need you to, let the people know about. Do you write your own songs?
Yes. I do songwrite my. I do songwrite. Yes. I do write my songs. So speak properly, shall we? I wrote all of my material off my EP, Chromatic Spectrum, which
Mhm.
features Not the Cowardly Lion that we were playing at the beginning of the show. And I actually co produced all except one of the tracks on the EP as well. So, uh, singer, songwriter, and producer in the making.
Producer in the making. If you co-produced,
hmm
which song was that again?
I co-produced "Not the Cowardly Lion," uh, Cherry Bomb is a cappella, so that was a
Hmm.
co-production just because of the vocals and then him mixing and mastering. So "Not the Cowardly Lion," Cherry Bomb, "Sunshine," uh, and "Nectar." The only one that was not co-produced by me was Mystique, although took that one on his
And I heard all those songs that you just named. Now, the one
own.
that I was showing everyone before we went live, not the Cowardly Lion. What was your inspiration behind that song? Because one of the chorus part is "Speak yourself free," and I know a lot of times you like to
Mm-hmm.
talk. You like to mention to speak things into the universe.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Not. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
oh no, you go.
So for Not the Cowardly Lion, it came from a very vulnerable place.
Hmm.
I think it is important for artists to be transparent. Uh, I hold transparency as well as honesty and communication at a very high place in myself as a person and an artist. So when it came to writing Not the Cowardly Lion, uh, I was at a point in life where I had just been out of a relationship for about 2 years now. I had been undergoing some changes, probably like my second or third, or no, my third or fourth year being here in California. Uh, Obviously, at the time, writing and creating Chromatic Spectrum, the EP.
Hmm.
So it was a lot that was transitioning that was well, but there was a lot that I was still having to let go and deal with simultaneously at the same time.
Hmm.
Um, so when I decided to write Not the Cowardly Lion, it was literally just me speaking to myself via
Hmm.
song to take on this destiny that is yours, take on this calling uh, that includes the blessings and the responsibilities of your birthright that is promised to you by God Himself. You know what I mean?
Right.
Uh, don't be afraid to to deal with the struggles, but don't be celebrate your victories as well, because you've done so much, you've accomplished so much, and you have so much more to do. So I
Hmm.
wanted to speak that personally in the song. Additionally, it's always important for me to also be sure that people have something that they can relate to. Nina Simone said it best. The duty of an artist is to reflect the times, you know what I mean, and to let the people know what's going on. So, additionally, I decided to talk about politics, something that I extremely do not care for. You know
It's
what I
a
mean?
lot.
Being it's a lot, and it can be very draining. But
Yeah.
it's still imperative. It's still my responsibility to speak on those things. So I talked about politics. I talked about the leader that is in presidency right now.
Mm-hmm.
I talked about understanding our power as a collective
Right.
of cultures, as a collective of people. And the power that we have against the politics, against the government that's been set, before us. You know what I
Right.
mean? And to be able to activate and utilize that. So, and it all comes together between speaking yourself free personally, or speaking yourself, or us as a collective speaking ourselves free into the future that we actually want to see this world in.
Exactly. And then you said the word I was thinking about, utilize. And
Mm,
so the word utilize, as like as collectively, like you were saying, is going out there and vote.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then,
Look,
make sure you do that at the upcoming presidential
exactly.
election. I don't want to
Yes.
sway anyone's vote.
Mm-hmm.
This is social media, but if you're not pleased with certain things, make sure you vote.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's make sure
Look,
we inject that in there.
what President Obama said? He said, "Don't boo, vote."
Exactly. Just vote, because
Mm-hmm.
that vote has so much power that I think
Mm-hmm.
our generation is starting to see
Mm-hmm.
more and more just how powerful just that one vote can tilt the scale over.
Mm-hmm.
Just that easy. So make sure the upcoming presidential election, less talking and more voting. And so
And do your research. Like, really do your research. Like, don't just be going out here. And this is more over for the millennials and my generation. Don't just be going out there and going with the popular vote. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Because
hmm
we see what the popular vote has gotten us. You know what I'm saying?
hmm hmm
And be sure to even all the not even from just presidency, all the way down to your local cities and neighborhoods and city councils, because those are the people that you actually have direct access and contact with, so they
right.
can you get the right people down here, you get the right people up there. You see what I'm saying? So yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I see where you, I see where you coming from. So now that we talk
Mm-hmm.
about your the cowardly line, not the cowardly line. That's probably like one of my favorite songs that you have that you
Mm-hmm.
recently released. The other one,
Thank you.
is it Cherry Bomb that has that old school dance that make you want to
I,
dance?
yeah, acapella doo-wop feel.
Yes, reminds me of
Mm-hmm.
like similar to Chubby Checker.
Mm-hmm.
Chubby Checker
Okay.
is. What were your inspiration on that type of? I kind of when I listen to it, it make me think like you just want us to dance. That's about.
Well, obviously that is true. It's always good when a song makes you want to move. You know what I mean? It makes you feel good. It makes you smile. Whatever the case may be, as long as there's some type of positivity from it, then mission accomplished on my end.
hmm
Uh, but here, if that was the surface, here's the iceberg. If I can give that to you,
hmm
uh, Cherry Bomb was birthed out of a dream. Okay,
mm
many downloads, as I like to call them,
hmm
or ideas, or whatever. We know them to me. I call them downloads. That's my context, my lingo, if you will. Uh, Came from a dream, and it was on two songs. And this is where my
hmm
musicianship comes in again, based on two songs. The first one was Earth, Wind, and Fire, In the
Ooh,
Stone. Again,
mm,
old school, right? Old
right.
school feel, a whole mood. The other song was Van Halen, Jump, which is more of a rock classic, right?
hmm
So I hear these songs and they're just going and going and going. And then the last one that was dropped in was Pharrell Happy.
mm
And I was like, oh, okay. And if it wasn't the next morning, it was probably that night that I woke up and I picked up my phone and I just started typing. Lyrics just started coming, the melodies just started coming. I had to record the
Right,
melodies, and
right.
I'm half sleep, 4 o'clock in the morning, probably sounding crazy on this voice memo, not even really singing, but I'm like, let me just get the melody because if I don't get it now, I'm gonna lose it, and I didn't want to
Right.
lose it. So yeah, that's how Cherry Bomb came about. The if you and I promise you, using those three song references, if you go back and listen to the song, you'll begin to hear like little influences, and you're like, oh, that's what that is. And that's what my intention really is in my music.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love to like feed, you know what I mean, and
Yeah,
give
right,
people, little nuggets of things because that's
right,
the point. You're supposed to learn. You're supposed to grow in music,
right.
and I love that. So yeah,
Yeah,
all acapella.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um, so I do something called vocal tracking. This is what I've deemed it as,
Mm-hmm.
where it's literally like, I guess in this case, it was like a quartet, barbershop type feel that I was
Ah.
going for. And, but I wanted it to have that, cause I'm happy, clap along,
Mm-hmm. And that's
so
the
I
rhythm.
wanted it
That's
to
how it
have,
is.
yeah, 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 yeah. So that's what I want. I was afraid for myself when I did let you. It's the exact same thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I'm telling on myself, but at the same token, it's okay because I always switch it up.
Yeah,
But
you do.
this is
And then I like how you do. I mean, and your music is to me is clean. I mean,
mm,
anybody can listen to it, and then each song
mm-hmm,
you bring a different vibe. It's like you're in a different mood,
mm-hmm.
and that's what I see when I'm
Yes.
listening to your songs. But now recently, because I've been noticing you've been performing with the Royal Court. So I got to find out these
Yes.
guys, these musicians, they're like, I don't know, they're like I don't know if it's what it is. You guys both have like this energy that comes together when you
Mm.
all perform. Or these are like your best friends, folks. I know you didn't grow up with them, you're not from California, but how do you all connect with and then call them the Royal Court?
Yes, 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 yes. I love, love, love those those people.
Hmm.
They are some of my closest friends in the relationship of music and life. Um, I well, again, I can say this as well. The Royal Court was years on making. You know what I mean? Uh,
Mm.
to where the energy that you feel is literally how I feel, and
Hmm.
and literally how we all feel about each other.
Hmm.
It was years on the making. I met my musical director, Tiana, who plays the drums, at Cal Arts like probably, excuse me, 3 years ago, and
Hmm.
we had began working then. And all the times that we had worked together, I said, "T, I'm doing this music thing, and I'm letting you know that there's a day where I'm gonna say, let's go on tour.
Hmm.
We booked. Pack your bags. Let's go." And she was like, "James, I'm ready. James, I'm ready. I'm ready for that day. You know what I mean?" So
Hmm.
the manifestation of that was me being able to be like, "See, I'm starting a band because this is the first step to getting us to where we're about to go." You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
T, I'm starting a band. I need you to come play because we've talked about this since we met.
Hmm.
And then Brendan, who plays keys, and Red, who plays bass. I met the both of them actually on a tour, so that's
Hmm.
still manifestation that within itself as well. And was able to work and play shows with them and do a tour with them, and we grew and connected as well. So you establish these bonds with individuals that obviously serve a purpose in your life,
Oh yes.
But when and everybody serves purpose in your life, but when you have moments and experiences that you know without a shadow of a doubt could not have happened any other possible way, that's just your confirmation, and
Right.
that's what the royal court is. Keep in mind, even though it's James Barmore in the royal court, as far as
Hmm.
I'm concerned, as far as James Barmore is concerned, it's just the royal court. I am a part of the
Oh,
royal court. It's not James Barmore in the royal court.
yeah.
You know
It's
what I
like
mean? It's
right. Right, because you guys have like this connection, and I think that's what you're referring to. You have this connection, and it's like I know you're an artist, but it's like
hmm
some of those who have not seen it, you can check it out on YouTube, and you can also view
hmm
it on his Instagram page. And when he performs, he puts it on his stories. It's like they like this big old band. There's a certain vibe in in each
mm,
individual that I notice, and it all comes together, and it's a good mix. I mean, it doesn't take away your brand. It doesn't pull away from your music. They actually
hmm
they like that. I don't know how to explain it, but I can just see like a level of energy is brewing and growing from all of you.
hmm
And I love stuff like that because I can see what's coming. I can see what is you walking into.
Yes,
Hmm.
and I love that, and I'm in agreement with that so much, just because I see it as well. We all see it, and even more, even though how do I want to say this? There's such a mutual respect for each other and such a love that we
Hmm.
have being musicians, in which this is a whole nother conversation that we'll have to save for another show. But they understand being musicians, what it's like to work with artists. Me
Right.
being an artist, singing background, playing piano by ear, being in the church, being surrounded by musicians, I understand their background. So it's always a mutual respect of, for me, making sure that they're appreciated, that they're loved,
Hmm.
that they know that they're cared for, and that their talents and creative mastery are appreciated. And for them, because they see that for me, it's a mutual respect of, well, not only am I going to support you because you respect me, but I support you because I really do believe in what you're doing as an artist. I believe in what you're putting into your music. I believe in
Hmm.
how you put together your music because it challenges us and blossoms us as a collective. So that just gives you that much more support. You know what I mean? And it's just
Right.
a continuous thing. So, oh, I love the royal court. I love me
Yes.
for them.
I like when you started performing with them, I was like, "Oh, this is interesting." Okay, I have to keep
hmm
watching further. So, another thing too, James. I know there are artists that are in the making. There are some that's like probably wondering, how did
hmm
you get connected with your record label? Because you know how I don't know if me when I was growing up, I'm originally from New York City. I would hear
hmm
stories. Oh, we had to send a demo tape, and you had like all these artists, is like from Tony Braxton to Babyface. They had their stories of how they
hmm
finally got connected to that one producer or that record label that just sent their career flying. How in the world did you get
mm
connected to Ebony and Bruce?
So first of all, I still believe that you have to send in demos and things. Maybe not, but I feel like that's still a thing. It's funny. But I was blessed and fortunate enough to be A&R before I met Otto and Ebony. The story goes that during my time here in California, I have been through a few jobs and I had wanted to start teaching because it was my
Hmm.
intention to become a dancer to get into the entertainment industry and then become an artist in regards to singing. However, that wasn't the plan.
Mm.
So as I picked up my second studio teaching job, teaching young kids ages probably like 3 or 4 to probably 13, 14. No older than 15. Girls at that.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
miss my girls. I love my girls. Uh, the owner, she was the owner of the studio space, and I worked under her. I didn't know that she was A&R at the time. I just knew that she was a studio director.
Oh,
And we were working together. I auditioned for her dance company. I was able to get in, did company shows, did company pieces as a dancer, but wanted to do more. So I started teaching, and that was the thing. And then I did some administrative work for her. And at the end of all that, she was like, "James, I just feel like there's something else that you really want to do. What is that?" And I said, "Well, I moved here because I'm a singer. Like I want to be a recording artist. Like I want to be a celebrity. I want to be out here on red carpets. I want my music to be
right.
everywhere. So on and so forth." And she's like, "Well, it's funny that you say that because I'm A&R of this record label called InRage Entertainment." And I'm like,
I know you
like
were just like blown, like, huh? What? That's like undercover.
floored. The alignment and synchronicity of that moment was
The secret.
mind boggling.
I like that word.
Not synchronicity, synchronicity. My bad. Uh, that again words. Synchronicity of it all was very 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 keen, and it was mind blowing. So from her is how I was
Mhm.
introduced to Otto and Ebony, my developmental phase in
Mhm.
releasing Chromatic Spectrum as a development artist, as well as my first single, to becoming a signed artist, and just creating more visuals for the project. Working on
Mhm.
my now second project that I'm about to release very soon this year, which also features the Royal Court as well.
Oh,
So that's gonna be next level. I cannot wait
I mean,
to
there's
release
another
that
album
project.
getting ready to be released.
Yes, another EP is going to be a two part EP. So this is part one that's coming.
Oh, with the Royal Court. So y'all have to check that out.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you're. I mean, put up
Mm-hmm.
you're on Instagram, and you. I
Mm-hmm.
believe you're also on YouTube as well. I know he has a Facebook
Mm-hmm.
page. For those who are on Facebook, just check James Barmore. You should see his page, so you can stay,
Yes.
connect with him whenever he does drop that next visual, that next song. Now,
Yes.
do
Yes.
you do
Yes.
any type of any teaching? I heard you say you did some teaching with the A&R. Do you still do that?
As far as teaching dance, no, I do not. The focus has become strictly on music. I
Hmm.
still do dance, and I'll make uh, little pieces of choreography. If people go to my Instagram page, there's one that I just it's funny, right? Uh, I just posted one on my page talking about Mercury going in retrograde because everybody's up in arms about that right now, and
Hmm.
it's talking about me dancing through Mercury retrograde, and it's a little piece of me dancing. So I still dance, I still choreograph because it's
Hmm.
important as a performance artist to keep up to make sure I can compete with the Ushers and the Chris Browns of the world.
Oh yeah, there's some. Now I see Usher in you. I sure do. I see Usher. I see a little Neo. I see that in you now, kind of coming forth. It's like
Mm-hmm.
the more you guys release songs, the more you perform. You're cultivating your gift. And you know how sometimes
Mm-hmm.
we're going to have good days, we're going to have bad days. For those that could be more interested in learning about you and who you are as a person, how do you keep yourself encouraged? Before, because like I was telling Serena the other time I was interviewing her, before you hit it big, you have to keep yourself motivated to
Mm.
keep going. And so, what
Right.
is that for you?
Um, Motivation for me lies really deeply in the form of my spirituality. I do a lot of meditation.
Mm-hmm.
It is again, since moving here, I discovered meditation and my spirituality here in
Mm-hmm.
California. I tell people California will change you. It is up to
Oh.
you how California will change you. It is up to you how you allow it to change you.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So for me, I discovered spirituality. I discovered meditation. I discovered self awareness, self love. Taking the time to work on your internal, as far as your emotions, your mentalities, your habits. You know what I mean? Things that you can continue to nurture, and things that you
Mm-hmm.
need to let go.
Mm-hmm.
All of that, and then because of that, when it comes to my artistry, there's no alias. There's no let me put this mask on. There's no
Mm-hmm.
you know there's no Sasha Fierce. You know what I mean? There's just James Barmore. And that's
Mm-hmm.
that's no shade, no offense to
Right.
Beyonce at all, because that was her journey and her process. However, I've seen many artists in the industry, Beyonce included, that have said herself, you know what I'm saying, I have to put on this mask because this is who people expect me to be. That
Right.
wasn't going to be
Right.
my
Right.
story coming into the industry. I refused.
Right.
If I'm
Right.
going
Because
to
I
be
see
anybody, I'm going
original.
to be James Barmore.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Right. And that's what I see in you. That's why I asked you that question because you do have to put on. Well, some do, like you said, they do kind of switch. It's like a stage
Hmm.
presence, for the people. And then when they come
Hmm.
off, the stage, they reveal them. That's t- that's a lot of work. With you, I just see that I just
Right.
want to be me. And so that's some people may look at that as, well, how do you get popular? How do you make it
Mm.
if you don't put on the mask? And so that's why I was asking that.
Mm.
How do you keep yourself level headed?
Yeah, but even then, understand this: if anyone is going to make it into the industry, myself included, which
Mm-hmm.
this is why I am the way that I am and I practice what I practice, you have to be grounded now. I
Right.
have to be the person that I am now,
Mm-hmm.
and however else much work I need to do on myself before I can even really take a step on a red carpet, before I can even take a step
Wow.
into a radio show, before I can even take a step onto somebody's TV show. Because if I
Mm-hmm.
don't have this groundedness, if I don't have this right now, I will lose myself in the industry. Just
Absolutely.
like that. Just as soon as I get in will be the exact moment I want to get out, because I don't know myself. I don't know who I am. I don't have the groundedness. I don't have the clarity. I don't have the awareness. I don't have the intuition. All of that stuff is needed before you start the journey in front of people, because these people, they look nice, but they're not nice. You know what I mean? And
Right.
and and it's something so much more than what it is. And me being out here for 5 years and working in the industry, three of those, 2.5 to 3 now of those years, I've learned so much about the industry and
Mm-hmm.
and the person that I need to be in order to be active and and beneficial in the industry. So I'm just practicing what I preach right now, doing the live shows, doing the
Mm-hmm.
music that I'm doing, and being the person that I am now. Because again, I only want consistency when the world notices who James Barmore is.
Oh, I like that, and I like you just had like a transparent moment. If I
Mhm.
may. You said I have to get this like now, on the level that I'm
Mhm.
on right now. And then you when you said I'll lose myself. So it's like, I guess you get caught up in the attention, the red
Mhm.
carpet, the lights, the bling,
Mhm.
and then
Mhm.
and then the followers begin to grow. So I like how you was very honest with us and honest with your audience telling us that you have to know who you are, right now at this moment. Now,
Hmm.
do you have any, before we go, do you have any upcoming performances that's coming up?
Um, yes, 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 yes. So I have a performance. It won't be with the court, but it will be
Hmm.
me. I am producing and hosting a show with one of my colleagues. We have an entertainment production company called Creator Sessions. I'm an
Oh,
entrepreneur as well. I have apparel, I have accessories, and then I have this company.
oh, oh, yes. Tell them about that too. You do have that.
So we are a mogul in the making. We are building our empire. But this show that I have coming up with him is on July 21st, 10 p.m. until midnight. It is called Creator Sessions, and we take local artists from the LA area as well as here in North Hollywood. And sometimes we'll give them a theme.
Hmm.
All the time we give them a platform to shine and let them do what they do as artists and let them be who they want
Hmm.
to be. It is egoless, it is supportive, it is all love because I have to be a reflection of the environment and the atmosphere and the world that I want to see. So we start with that show.
Ooh, I like that. Now, tell us a little bit. I'm glad you reminded me. The t-shirts, correct? The shirts
Hmm.
collection that
Hmm.
you do. Tell them a little bit about that, about your business.
Yes. So the Barmore brand
Hmm.
the brand, and under that brand, obviously, we have the music, we have the fashion, which is the apparel line. I have an affirmation tee line right now that has the king shirts that we were talking about a little bit earlier, and just a few other what I call Barmore proverbs. Things that I say that are really, really deep that all my friends really liked, and they was like, "You should put it on a T-shirt." I said, "Okay, here we go." So that is the apparel line there. And I also have James Barmore and the Royal Portable as well, the new logo that we just released. Have merchandise available via InRage.com, so make sure you guys go check that out.
Hmm.
And then I have accessories as well. I don't know if you can see this here, this earring, but I make crystal
Oh,
earrings
yes.
as
He
well.
loves to wear his
Um,
accessories. Yes.
Yes, I am an accessories guy. I love it. So these are consultations that I do for clients here in the LA area, and they get crystal earrings as well as reports and some spiritual work done. So it is definitely a lot that we're doing here with the Barmore brand and just myself as a person. Again, here in California.
Hey. Okay, so he's has a t-shirt company. He does the accessories, and then of
Mm-hmm.
course you do like you have like a your own entertainment company. And you mentioned you call it creative sessions. That is giving people space and opportunity. To
Mm-hmm.
grow. That's creating a community. So kudos to you for doing that. For
Thank you.
using, you're not being selfish. You're using your platform, whatever you have, and you bringing other people in, and that's what it's all
Mm-hmm.
about. And that's why I like what you said about the collective thing earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about it with politics, but see now you're using that in music. And see, that's why I
Mm.
love. See, that's why I created the Lady Boss Show. I wanted something where I can talk to influential men and women who God has connected me with, and then to share you all out because I see what you're
Mm.
doing,
Thank
and
you.
I'm like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I like this. Shucks. So let me just share these folk out that I know. Because some people may not
Thank you.
never have ever heard of you. Now they know your face, they know your name. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, let me go check.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go hear Cherry Bomb
Yes.
and see what he talking about.
Yes.
And so you the first man that has embraced it.
Really?
Yes, and I want.
I was seeing that. I said, "Oh wow, this is like a big deal," because I know that Lady Boss does her thing. So she invited a humble artist like me. I really really appreciate that. It's an honor.
Oh, and you're welcome, and thank you for accepting the offer. And you know what? And you so flexible. We had that. issue last week, but I'm
Hmm.
so thankful that you were willing and was able to do it this week as well. So this is James Barmore, everyone. I want to make sure you follow him on Instagram. That is his handle that you see on his screen, and also he's on Facebook as well. Now,
Yes.
next week, I think next week actually is tomorrow. We're going back to back this week. Is Jarius Cook? He's going to be the second man that's going to hit the Lady Ball show. He's another
The man
artist.
coming through this week.
I yeah, I want to share the men out because the men are doing the doggone thing too. It's not just women. So we want to support our brothers. We want to support our men, especially they're doing a good work. Get up under
So,
them women and push the men forward, especially when they're doing a good thing. And they're
yes.
young. They're young African American men. James, you like to say kings. He like to use the term
Yes.
kings
Yes.
and
Yes.
queens. That's his
Yes.
thing. And this generation that we're in, that's all we need is to push one another.
Mm.
Now, Jane,
Hmm.
anything else before I end it that you would like to say? Because I don't ever like to cut it off without the guests, ending it out.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Lady Boss Show, know that you are safe, you are loved, and you are royalty by your divine birthright. Love and light.
Oh, he always say that on Instagram too. He said, "Love and life." All right, everyone. Thank you for watching the Lady Boss Show and replay viewers. Thank you so much. Till next time, I see you tomorrow night. Smooches, everybody. Bye bye.